All right, everyone, we're playing some Battlefield 6, and I'll tell you this, I've really been enjoying this game. I've really been enjoying this game, and I think they've done a a real lot here to you know, build out the series to where it has to be. And obviously there's a long way to go, right? We're going to have new seasons, we're going to have all these things, and anything, that goes wrong could turn kind of the tide of how people view this game. But I think so far people are kind of recognizing that that this is, it hits on the key parts. Meaning, is this something where we're going to go, oh, this is by far the best Battlefield of all time? No, right? I think it's good, right? But it doesn't necessarily change the mold like some of those other Battlefields did. With that being said, that really, at the end of the day, doesn't necessarily matter, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't. That's not. It's not that that's not what we're looking for, right? Sure, we want as good of a game as we could get, but we just recognize that considering, especially nowadays, right, with a lot of these modern games, you know, they're not even they're worried about appealing to as wide of a group of audience as they can. And they're not worried necessarily about delivering the game that they promise to their fans, right? So they want to add in, okay, what's the best way for us to make money? Can we add in this microtransaction and that microtransaction? And this game just doesn't have that. This feels like your old fashioned online game where you just load it up and you're having fun, and I really think that at the end of the day, that's what I wanted out of this game, and they could build off this. Look, there are seasons coming. They can add a ton of stuff to this game down the line, right? They can add a ton of stuff in terms of maps and modes and all of that, right? And so there's just, I don't know if that tank was destroyed or not, but we're going to use the RPG. I just think there's so much here, and people are going to have a good time playing this for, I guess now we could take this thing out though, I think. But yeah, I mean, bottom line, right? People are going to be happy with this product, and they just have to keep delivering on it. And this has been the main thing we talked about with Call of Duty Black Ops 7, the beta when we played it. It is, at the end of the day, the Call of Duty series, a lot of people make up this is the reason that it's struggling, or that's the reason that it's struggling. There was really one major reason: it lost its identity, right? And I think Battlefield was beginning down that path as well. The difference is that Battlefield doesn't do yearly releases, so you don't see it quite as much in your face, right? Meaning when Battlefield releases a game that stinks, you look at it, okay, it's a bad Battlefield. The next one hopefully will be better, and maybe they make the slight improvements over the course of time. And so by the end of that Battlefield's life cycle, maybe it's not viewed as bad. When you're releasing stuff every year, right? The thing can get pretty bad. Let's just put it that way, pretty darn quickly, and that's exactly what we saw, right? And Black Ops 7, I did have pretty good things to say about it, right? At the end of the day, I had pretty good things to say about Black Ops 7, but we have to see what they do with it, right? There's a long way to go. That was only the beta, and they fixed some of the problems, but there's more to be fixed. And so when I loaded up this game, and I knew right from the beta, like within the first hour I played this, I said, you know what? This feels like Battlefield 3. I'm having that same fun experience I had back in the day, and I had a really good feeling about this game. And the only thing I was nervous about was that when this thing launched, it wasn't gonna, there was gonna be kind of that bait and switch that we're just so used to nowadays, and it never came. Let's just put it that way. It's living up to everything that I wanted it to. The weapons, it's not that there's no weapons that are more powerful than others, but you when you play it that you can use a wide variety of weapons. The classes, they matter, right? I'm sitting there thinking, usually I'm a medic, but for modes like this, I've started being an engineer because it just feels like people don't really want to take out the tanks all that often, and for whatever reason that is. And I'm like, all right, I'll be the one, I guess, taking out tanks because it is such a big deal, right? To take them out. If you don't take them out, then your team is going to be behind. It just, I mean, you saw what that tank did to us. I mean, it just tanks will destroy you. You know, it's very simple. So let's see here as we're going. Yeah, I guess that's all. You know, we'll probably play for an hour or so, and we'll talk here. And I actually did just get a tank buster, which is pretty cool. Um, but I guess that's all in terms of like what I wanted to say overall about this game. I just think they did a great job, you know, and they could certainly screw it up. Um, but if they just focus on this, like this, it's not that I'm saying that they can't, you know, do their best to bring in a new audience of gamer to the Battlefield series in terms of, you know, maybe someone who doesn't hasn't played it before, right? How do you get them playing? Look, I get that they want as many people playing as possible, and it's better for everybody who's playing if a lot of people are playing, right? We want that. We want the game to be a success and for new audiences to come. But you have to build on what you have. You can't, you know, all of these games, like when you look at Call of Duty, you know, it would be one thing if Call of Duty said, you know what, we're going to add on top of what we're already giving to bring more people in, right? That would be like, okay, I mean, yeah, I get it, but that's not what they've done, right? They instead they kind of they took away what made it feel so good, right? They took away the entire identity of the series, and that's and obviously the matchmaking and all of that. Battlefield just doesn't have any of those issues currently, right? Call of Duty, it being because you know it's funny to me. Before this beta, I had not been keeping up with the Battlefield series. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, I hadn't played. I don't even know if I played them at all, but I might have played one or two games. But I since Battlefield 3, I've only played. You know, I think in 20 there was one of the games in 2020. What was that one? That was I don't remember exactly which one that is, but I've played a little bit of that in whatever one was around in 2020. That's the one I played. And, you know, it was good. I didn't have necessarily a problem with it, but I hadn't been keeping up with the series. I just had heard a lot of kind of bad things. So it was funny when, you know, when the beta was announced and everybody started talking about this game was coming, I was like, oh man, like, you know, are we going to be in for, you know, a lot of criticism on this game? Are people going to be pissed about it? Like, what is the vibe going to be of Battlefield? And the PR from almost right off the jump, like almost right off the bat, was shockingly positive. Like, I can't remember a game like Battlefield, right? A game of this kind of, and we just destroyed that tank. A game of game of this stature coming out with the announcements to such high praise, and then the beta just went over so well. You know, I think there were some issues with the servers initially, but other than that, no, I didn't think I hit anywhere near there. But other than you know some server problems, I don't think there was much complaint. I mean, I think there was something at the end of the beta that kind of maybe dimmed some of the excitement ever so slightly. But oh, I don't even know what I did there. But that was really gone, you know. And so Call of Duty, and it's you know kind of how bad it was, the fact that it comes out every year, it kind of gave Battlefield almost a free pass in terms of like people are going to be taking your game very seriously. They're going to be playing your game. You're going to get a shot here to really have a hit on your hands because people want to be done with the Call of Duty series, and that's exactly what happened. You know, look, Battlefield. It just right now, right, and this to me is still shocking because back in the day, Call of Duty, I was always more of a Call of Duty guy. I did play Battlefield, but I was always more of a Call of Duty guy. You know, Battlefield has come out to some pretty high praise. You know, and we'll see if that lasts, but it's come out to some high praise, and Call of Duty had to make major changes to make sure that this thing wasn't a rout. True. I mean, truly. I mean, I think like I'm someone who considers myself. If you said, "Are you more of a fan of the Battlefield series or the Call of Duty series?" I would tell you I'm a more of a Call of Duty fan. Actually, you know, back in the day, I liked playing Battlefield, but the stretch from COD 4 to you know, really well, I guess Black Ops 1 and then I know Black Ops 2 was also very good, but Modern Warfare 3 was good. So I guess until Black Ops 2, although I didn't get to play a ton of Black Ops 2, which is a little bit sad. But you know, until you know, Modern Warfare 3, uh, crazy. I mean, it was just great game after great game after great game after great game. And so I would take that run over anything. But as of late, it just hasn't been the same. And I'm just so happy that there's a chance. I've brought this up in some of the videos on our other channel. I'm just so happy that we're at a place now where it's like, depending on what they do with Black Ops 7, because I played a lot of the beta, depending what they do with Black Ops 7, we may be back completely to a time when you have multiple of these online shooters that are worth playing. Like, I want to have that problem. I want to get home. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got killed. I want to get home and hop on the Xbox and say, man, do I want to play? Do I want to play Call of Duty today, or do I want to play Battlefield? Like, that's back in the day. We had Gears of War, we had Halo, and even Gears of War. Right, that is seemingly making a little bit of a comeback as well. So I this is just like a really exciting time. I guess that's the point I'm making. And so I'm just really hoping and praying that Battlefield in EA here, they're just able to deliver the way we need them to, and that make sure that these seasons when they come out the right way. Make how did I just die? What? Oh, he's gonna get revived. Make sure when things are done, they're done the right way. Make sure that you listen to the community. Doesn't mean, oh, are you have to be kidding me what I just did with that. I cannot believe what I just freaking did. But it's one of those things where you just have to listen to the community. Doesn't mean every complaint you have to change everything to make everybody happy, because that will never work. But what you do have to do, and there are so many people I could revive around here, let's get going. What do you say? Oh, I couldn't get him. I was so close. Oh, this guy's got me. Thank you. I'm gonna go help out some of these other guys. Let's get it. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh wait, no, I'm not. I see a guy. Did I get him? No, I got a damage assist. Here we go. Here we go. Let's just do. But this right here is actually a perfect example of why the Battlefield series is so important to me. You know, there's not many games like when you're playing Call of Duty, right? Okay, it's about getting, in some ways the objective, but it's about getting your kill streaks, right? It's about how many kills can I get in a game. This is a game right now where I have looked pretty foolish in terms of gunplay, but I'm a medic. I'm able to just go in and revive people, and that's my role, right? That's my job. Look where these guys are down. Go get them. If I die reviving them, fine, right? Who cares? At least I was getting my teammates up, right? Gonna get this guy up right away, and hopefully he can get those kills. Like that's just the Battlefield experience. That's what made it different. And it's interesting because back in the day, a I was almost exclusively a medic player. Like that's all I wanted to do was be kind of the medic. This game has changed me a little bit in like you kind of need the engineer at times. I know being the assault class has been pretty good at times for me. So like there's not necessarily a feeling now that like, oh, I'm only the medic all the time, which I do like. And I know a lot of people didn't like the changing of the guns with the class, because back in the day it was like, no, this gun, right, or style of gun goes with said class, right? That's just how it went. I should have actually had allowed myself to die there because my teammate ended up getting killed trying to revive me. But I understand there was frustration, and I get it, right? Because it definitely created a kind of a trade off for people, right? Where it's like, okay, well, I did not see that guy there, probably because I'm talking. It definitely created a trade off, and I understand that. Where it's like, okay, well, I could use this class, but I can only use it if I'm using this weapon. But I don't think it's necessarily the end of the world, and I think there are arguments to be made that this has kind of balanced out the some of the classes actually, and I oh my god, I got Pele. I think there's an argument you can make with that, honestly, which I didn't think, when I was talking about it in the beta, I didn't really have that feeling. But now that I've played the full game, I do get that feeling. Because think about like an LMG, right? It's like, okay, maybe somebody didn't like using the LMG. They wish they could be the meta class, but for that one reason, that's why they're not. I could see why, them saying, look, let's just make this change. So if someone wants to be a medic, they don't have to use the LMG. So I don't know. That's probably not a very popular take. I know Battlefield fans, feel differently. And I want to be clear that when I say that, I'm saying that from a standpoint of someone who has liked Battlefield for a long time, but I wouldn't consider myself, one of the hardcore fans of it, right? Someone who's played every single Battlefield. And so to me, their opinion would matter a little bit more on something like that, because you don't want to ruin the game for them. I know they do have, I think, matchmaking for that style, but I don't know. I don't know if that would be, if I would view that as worth, okay, how do I, can I get this guy? Oh, I would have gotten you in 5 seconds, bro. Oh, man. Shoot. Is this thing going to blow? Or already did blow up. No, those guys are killing themselves now. So, let me see if I can get them. We go, oh, dude, I was right here, bro. That's the other thing is that there's nothing more infuriating than seeing that. Nothing more infuriating than seeing that. You're about to revive a guy, and I'm not going to go out and get revive on this guy because, oh, shoot, get in. Oh, you idiot. You idiot. That was on me. See, like there, hey, if I had an LMG, might have worked out a little bit better. Let's see if I get a revive here. Yes. Yes, they got me a revive. I'm going to throw a grenade where I saw people before. I'm going to give this guy some help. Oh, I got a kill too. Let's go. Wait, is this... I don't know if I just missed a easy revive, but we have more. Oh, buddy. I just don't want to be an idiot because we are taking the position. I think I could be an... Oh, I was going to try to be an idiot. Let me get this guy up now. I'm already here, right? Might as well. Got him. Now, this is where the medics can be crucial for your team, right? Because you get guys up in the zone, new people are walking in at the same time. Like it becomes very crucial to have good medics. That's why I was trying to be a good medic in there, but it looks like we're in a little bit of trouble in terms of taking that position. But that's a trade-off, like, whoa, where did this guy go down from? I think they're up in these buildings. That's part of the issue here, isn't it? I don't know about all that. Come on, let me spawn in. Let me spawn in. I think we're starting to we lost some ground on that push that we had. Oh no, we're still... Oh no, we didn't lose too much ground. I'm gonna try to sit in here, but I don't... I'm gonna try to throw my med bag in here in case people need it. I would love to go revive all these guys, but I don't think that's the right move. Or I could though. I should have done that. I should have I should have went in there and started reviving everybody, I think. Oh, he just revived that guy. I just watched it revive in real time. I wasn't able to do anything about it. Nope. Oh, they're throwing a nade. I don't know how I survived that. I'm in a really, really rough spot here. I'm trying to stay in. And I'm trying to let people spawn in on me. I'm trying to hang in the point and just revive the people near me. Oh, I can get this guy though, I think. Yeah. Got him. I think he was worth getting there. Let me throw another med in here. Oh my god. Oh, yes. Yes. We got it. What a position take. See, it's things like that. I mean, that's the Battlefield experience, right? That's something you will never... What you just witnessed Okay, you can never get in Call of Duty, and that's not you know, a knock on Call of Duty. They're just two different games, right? And that's just the bottom line. And they've been that way, and so that's why we need both of them, right? We need both of them at full power. I never understood the idea of you know, people. I understand people that like one over the other. I get it, right? I think everybody probably has their preference, but I never understood the view of like I wish one of them maybe wasn't doing well over the other one. It's like no, having both of them, they're not the same game. They have two very different like appeals. Call of Duty, I've said it from the beginning, their appeal can be marked down into one simple thing, right? Kill streaks. That, in my opinion, is what Call of Duty is. If you take out kill streaks, I'm far less interested in Call of Duty. With kill streaks, I am very interested in Call of Duty. You know, that's just the truth of the matter. Um, what's Battlefield's appeal? Well, kind of what you just witnessed, right? That kind of. Oh, I was gonna go get you, buddy. Oh, he saw me too. Son of a gun. I'm actually gonna die before he. Right? I mean, that battle you just saw, right? That's part of the appeal of this game. It's an objective based game, it's a team based game. It has a bigger kind of war feel, you know, has that big war feel. That's what it is. And you know, there's nothing there's nothing about Call of Duty that gives you that same thing, right? It's because they're two different things. And I love them both. I'm just saying they give you two different things. All right, this is breaking through this kind of. Wait, is this guy? Oh no, I can't get him revived, I guess, but I can get you guys. I can get you. I can get you. Oh, they're pushing us a little bit. I'm wondering if I should pull out. Oh wait, maybe I'm gonna. If I can get. Oh, thank you, and I get killed. Okay, I'm gonna pull out a little bit of a longer range weapon, just for now. Actually, you know what? I've been doing this a lot. I don't know if this is viewed as like a being a noob or something, but I've been using this RPG even like not just on the tanks. Let me tell you, dude, this thing, it is awesome. Let's see. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know if I got a teammate here with me or not. Gotta be very, very careful here. Because, I mean, we're getting shot. We can't even really fully see where these bullets are flying from. All right. I don't see anybody up there, so I think we've. Oh, dude. I'm gonna show you guys something pretty cool in a second, though. I think if I can get back there and do what I think I could do. Oh, oh, went out the wrong window there. But so you see this scaffolding here. You could blow out the bottom of it. You just see how I did that, and it really creates some really cool moments. Oh, I think they. I was gonna take the guys out, but you see, you could take out the bottom. Oops. Let's see, maybe this guy, is he hanging out on that scaffolding too? If he is, we'll take out the bottom. I don't think so. Oh, all right. Let's cap B. Let's get one of these cap. What do you say? But the two classes I've been using the most are engineer and the medic class. The only thing is that I think there's actually a lot of. I think the engineer class and the medic class give you much more simple, like, this is what you get, right? This is what picking this class gives you. The recon and the assault, I think there's a lot more that's kind of. It's tougher maybe to view the value, but if you really look into it, and I've listened to some people talk about it, there is value there, you know. But I haven't really dove too much into it. You know, I have used those classes, but I've been, man, I'm just getting wiped from all sides right now. But once again, that's kind of how Battlefield goes, right? Like we're part of this big battle, and you're just kind of pushing forward, hoping that you're doing enough. And oh man, there's no better feeling than getting a revive. There's no better feeling than getting a revive or getting revived and then taking somebody out like that. I mean, that's just peak. That's peak Battlefield. Peak Battlefield. I would like to be using this. Oh, I see you, buddy. Oh, I see you up there. All right, we took B. I'm gonna sit here though, because they're definitely gonna be making a run back. Because we took this kind of from under their nose more than anything. Oh, I see him up there too. Son of a gun. See him on the mini map. He's running around. He's gonna be a problem. One thing about Battlefield is you just always feel like in this game I always feel so uncomfortable with where I am at all times. There's just never like a moment where you're like, oh yeah, I feel safe here. I think this is a good area though. As I say that, I find an area I feel kind of comfortable in. So I know I could maybe I will go help out at A after. I wanted to be here at B just to take on because I knew people were coming, right? I mean they were gonna come. So we have to take them out when they're here. I got one of them, dude. Oh, I didn't get the second one. Yes, this guy didn't get him. They're right in the corner. I think they revived. I think they took out the guy that was coming to revive me. Damn it. We had him. Well, that's why I was staying at B. But I guess I failed in my mission. But I'll spawn in at A then and do it there. Was this guy? No. I would love to get revived. I don't even know where this guy is though. Honestly, that guy was like a ghost. He took out our whole team, and I didn't even really see him. All right, we got A. A is taken. There's gonna be guys rolling in from here. We'll take him out. We're gonna take him out. I love this. And I couldn't take him out because I had to reload, but I punched him in the face. We'll take that. Where is my teammate? He needs a revive. Let me. Okay. See, then I still have a little Call of Duty in me where I do dumb stuff like that. I'm like, oh, my teammate needs a revive. Let me just run through where they're going to be spawning in at. That's about how well as it goes. Let me hop in at B, though. We can move on here. Let me show you guys. I'm not happy about that at all. I'm not happy about me not getting that kill. There were so many kills lined up there, but I just got them. Oh, it makes me want to throw up, actually. There were so many. I want to show you guys using this RPG just like as a weapon. Oh, dude. Maybe I'm getting revived. I would love it if I got revived. Thank you. Oh, they're all I mean it's tough. They're all right there. They're all right there. That's right. We have A. It looks like they're kind of pushed into B now. I mean, look, they very well could start taking A again, but it looks like they're pretty well pushed into B. Let me spawn in. Let me spawn in. Let me spawn in. At this point, I probably could have just spawned in at the HQ. Yeah. All right. We'll spawn in at the HQ. Throw a nade in there. That was not where I wanted that nade to go, but that's fine. Oh, we're losing A now. Oh. I'm gonna just heal up before I go back in there. That guy just come down to get me? Oh, he did. We're losing A. They're getting it back. Okay. Please let me spawn in on this dude. Please let me spawn in on this guy. That's probably that same guy that got me. let me tell this guy I'm coming to get him. And I'll sit around. Oh, that guy's sniping up there. So they got us pretty well locked in. Let me go. I'm gonna try to be a medic here. I think now I use my long my long range weapon. I think it's time to go with the shorter range stuff now. Pull out the SMG. Oh, I mean, there's just no real way to break in here. That's kind of the issue. We have 91 lives left. This is. I'm going to try to stick with my group here, too. Let's get you up. I mean, part of me wants them to push A a little bit because right now they're so hunkered in on B. It's you know it's probably almost a better strategy just to stay hunkered down like that at one position. At times, not for the whole round, but for like right now, if they can lighten it up a little bit, let me run through here and get as many as I can. I'm trying to especially get people that were just shot because they know exactly. Oh, this guy's on the other side of the wall, bro. Are you? Let me get in here. Let me get in here. Come on, don't. I don't even know where I'm shooting. I'm just randomly shooting into that smoke. I'm gonna let me tell this guy I'm incoming. No, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, dude. We see him right across there. We see him right here. And this is not. I wish I had my longer range thing for this. Oh no, yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. That was stupid. Can't poke your head out like that. Oh, they're taking A. They must have been downstairs. I'm gonna spawn on their teammate though. I'm gonna try to get B. I'm gonna try to get B. B might be a little bit more relaxed right now. Not saying it is for sure, but there's a chance. Oh, there's a chance. This guy's running around reviving dudes too. We got to be on watch for him. Got him. Got him. Let's take it. Let's take it. There's. Where's the one? No, dude. Oh my god, he was just hanging out right there. Oh, that makes me sick. That makes me sick. We're losing B. God damn it. That makes me sick. When you lose a gunfight to one, and that was all because I just wasn't paying enough attention like I should have to where he was. All right, hold on. Let me tell this guy I'm incoming. Oh, ugh, that was not good. I think that I hate to say it, and I'm not giving up hope. We're gonna rush. I think that might have been it. I really do. I think that was our push. We had our chance. Let's see. Can I get both revived here? Yes, I can. But there was a good chance that that was our last kind of ditch effort at this thing. Sometimes you just get, they just tear you up. In like 2 seconds, they got you. 26 and 20. I thought I was doing a lot worse than that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought I was doing a lot worse than that. All right, let's make a run. One final run. Where am I getting taken out from, dude? This guy's just running behind us. God damn it. Yep. Yep, that's about right. We can do this. We have 12 lives left. Let me, dude. Why did this guy end this thing? Right here. Could have revived them. Oh, this guy's a little shotgun. Got a cute little shotty. All right, bro. No, what was that? What was that? We're gonna lose this. So depressing. So freaking depressing. All right, no big deal. No big deal. All right, we're gonna play one more. Well, that's my career best. Cool. It's kind of been weird. I haven't been playing the medic as much as like I used to almost be exclusively a medic guy. Like literally, that's all I would do. But I don't know. There's just something. There's something about the engineer, and whenever there's a tank out there, I'm just like I feel like I have to be engineer. You just feel like you have to be. I don't think there's too many tanks on. I don't think there's any actually on Rush, right? So I'm probably gonna be. Although I don't even know if Medic is as good on Rush, but let's use a different weapon. You guys might want to see. Actually, no, we can stick with this, right? This is. Oh, what am I? What is this? What I don't even know whatever. Hey, all right, we're gonna be a medic with an LMG. Fine. I said we'll use a new weapon, and that we will. Oh, we're defending, dude. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, just kind of camping these. Hey, let me get there. Let me get there. I got you, buddy. I'm trying to be a little bit smarter as the medic at times, and not just like blatantly run out and get killed. But I don't know. Oh, that's a smoke grenade, isn't it? It's not even. That was. I'm gonna have to edit my loadout when I die. Is that what frags? I think this might be a little camping spot that's worth something. I don't. That's actually one thing. If I had to critique this game, one thing I'll say is that in most games you're either when you're attacking and then okay there's another round and you're defending. This game is not really broken up that way, right? So you're either the attacker or you're the defender. That's just kind of it. And I sort of get it, right? Like I sort of get it because some of these games, and as we're letting the objective kind of go crazy here, but some of these matches would just take a enormous amount of time, right? If you were always doing, okay, one attack and one defense, but it just isn't split up all that great. And I feel like I'm kind of attacking a lot, and I'm not defending all that much. Once again, is it game breaking? Is it like the worst thing in the world? No, but it does add this like weird lack of, I would say, kind of balance to the game. Like I do think at times, and not always, but at times, defending is a big boost to the player. It doesn't mean that I think like so winning. I think it's oh he was like no, don't come get me. All right, like winning certainly. I think it's very well balanced, right? In terms of it doesn't the defending doesn't give you too much of a boost per se, but in terms of like your ability, like if you're someone that was paying attention to kill death ratio, which I don't really care. I like to try to keep over at least a one, which I know isn't great or anything, but that's what I like to try to do. I feel like for that, defending is a lot easier at times because you could really set up shop like I have in this game, and we haven't really gotten great, I would say, places where they're running through yet, but I probably will at some point. And that's just huge in this game, right? To be able to be sitting somewhere versus actually having to rush in. Like the amount that matters in this game is not something to be, like that can't be overstated. I guess that's the word I'm looking for, right? That just simply cannot be overstated. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, he's perfectly set up. So let me revive him, right? That guy's in a perfect position, right? And it's how do you take him out? You got to run in. That gets kind of tough. Now, winning and losing because of the amount of lives, because there's two positions at times versus one, like there are certainly advantages to being, you know, on the attacking side, but it just to me feels like it, the one weakness in this game in some of these game modes is the fact that you don't always get, you know, like how many games are we used to, right? Like almost every multiplayer game ever. You know, you attack for a round, you defend for a round, you attack for a round, you defend for a round. So the fact that you don't always get that is certainly, I understand some of the complaints about that because it could be annoying. It could definitely be annoying. I think I just saw a guy to the left too, which God, I should have taken out that thing. That sucked. That was terrible. I'm gonna go back on this side. I want to take that out actually. That feels like it can be an annoyance, so I'll take it out. I just got wrecked. Can he pull me off? Yes. Where did he get killed from? Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, so they finally took that thing out. There's 32 lives left. I got you, buddy. Like, I'm trying to tell this guy I'm incoming, but oh come on, come on, dude. Oh, I got him. We got objective A's armed. So they're going to be rushing B. They're going to be rushing at B because there's now only one location versus two. "25 enemies remain." I don't know if this is. I think. Oh, whoops! Just saw a guy pop in. Actually, I'm gonna stay in this corner. Oh, we got to disarm it. Never mind. Is he in there disarming? Yep. All right, I'm gonna stay right here. I could lock down this whole area, but this is what I'm talking about with defending, right? I mean, we're gonna keep this B position locked down. I was I had an eye on the Monday Night Football game, and that's why I saw the guy jump through it. I wasn't paying attention. As long as my buddy's in there, right? I see my guy. We're pretty much locked in. I wonder if they're going to be checking this corner when they come in. They very well may. They very well may. I had to throw a grenade out there. I was getting bored. You know, teammates are doing well. Guess I don't have to sit in here then. Oh, buddy. I deserved that. Boy, did I deserve that. I was waiting there that whole time. I bet those guys would have marched right in front, but I probably deserved it. But that's the kind of, you know, things that you could do on defense versus on. Are they gonna get a win here? Oh, dude. Oh, he's not a medic though. I was gonna say, all right, revive me. But I don't think he was a medic. If you're not a medic, that's a tough revive. Are they gonna get this or what? All right, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Right, it's disarmed. Let me get in here. Get him up. Right, there's 8 left. There is 8 lives left. Took out the guy at the top. Let's go. Oh, what a that was a nice win. That was a nice win. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed. We will see you next time.